Imagine an empire lost to the mists of time, one that carved a mountain into a temple, creating the world's largest monolithic structure. This was the Rashtrakuta Dynasty, a force that ruled the Deccan for over 2 centuries and shaped the soul of India. Their story is an epic of powerful kings, legendary battles, and artistic wonders that still defy imagination. While the Mauryas, Guptas, and Mughals are well known, the Rashtrakutas remain a whispered legend, their legacy echoing through the Ellora caves. They were visionaries, warriors, patrons of art, and administrators who fostered a society where Jainism, Buddhism, and Hinduism flourished together. The origins of the Rashtrakutas are shrouded in mystery. Some say they descended from ancient clans, others that they were native chieftains who rose through sheer will. Their rise was dramatic. Overthrowing the Chalukyas of Badami, they erupted onto the scene and established an empire that would dominate the subcontinent. Their story begins not with a grand declaration, but with the quiet ambition of a feudatory chieftain who dared to seize his moment. This is the story of the Rashtrakutas, an empire built from rock, ambition, and a deep love for culture. Join us as we journey back to the heart of the Deccan to rediscover this magnificent dynasty. Their legacy awaits, carved in stone and history. The Rashtrakuta saga begins with Dantidurga, a feudatory under the Chalukyas of Badami. In the mid-8th century, as Chalukyan power waned, Dantidurga saw his chance. He quietly built alliances and strengthened his forces, all while serving his Chalukyan overlords. Dantidurga proved his military skill by aiding Vikramaditya II in campaigns, learning from within. But he was preparing for his own ascent, culminating in the grand Hiranyagarbha ritual, symbolically rebirthing himself as a Kshatriya and declaring his intent to rule. Around 753 CE, with Chalukyan authority crumbling, Dantidurga struck decisively, defeating Kirtivarman II and capturing the heartlands. He established his capital at Manyaketa, transforming from feudatory to emperor and founding the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Dantidurga's reign, though brief, laid a formidable foundation, securing borders, subduing rivals, and establishing governance. His ambition sparked a new era in the Deccan, unleashing a dynasty that would soon cast its shadow across India. The rise of Dantidurga is a classic tale of strategy and destiny seized. He was the spark that lit the Rashtrakuta flame. From these beginnings, the empire would grow to dominate the subcontinent. The stage was set for greatness. The Rashtrakuta story had truly begun. After Dantidurga, his uncle Krishna I took the throne and left a legacy not on the battlefield but in stone. Around 760 CE, Krishna I commissioned the Kailasa Temple at Ellora, one of the world's most astonishing architectural feats. Instead of building up, artisans carved down into a single basalt cliff, transforming a mountain into a divine sanctuary. Thousands of workers, using only hammers and chisels, removed 400,000 tons of rock over decades. The result, a monolithic temple complex, a replica of Mount Kailash, adorned with intricate sculptures and epic scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Every inch tells a story, a symphony in stone, capturing the era's spiritual fervor and artistic mastery. The Kailasa Temple is more than a building. It's a living sculpture and a testament to Rashtrakuta genius. Its completion solidified the dynasty's reputation as both mighty warriors and divine patrons of art. Even today, the temple inspires awe, proof of what vision and determination can achieve. The Kailasa Temple stands as the crowning achievement of the Rashtrakutas. It is their enduring symbol of power, faith, and creativity, a masterpiece carved from a mountain for the ages. The Rashtrakuta Empire reached its zenith under Govinda III and his son Amoghavarsha I. Govinda III, reigning from 793 to 814 CE, was a military genius whose campaigns stretched the empire from Kannauj in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. He defeated the Gujara Pratiharas and Palas, making the Rashtrakutas the undisputed masters of the subcontinent, if only briefly. His reign was marked by relentless conquest and unprecedented reach. Amoghavarsha I, his son, shifted focus from war to culture. A devout Jain and scholar, Amoghavarsha co-authored the Kavirajamaga, the earliest work on Kannada poetics, and turned Manyaketa into a hub of learning. His reign brought peace, prosperity, and a flourishing of arts and literature. Under these two rulers, the Rashtrakutas became renowned for both military might and cultural brilliance. Their legacy, an empire respected for its conquests and celebrated for its intellect. The Deccan had never seen such a golden age. The Rashtrakutas ruled through a well-organized system, dividing the empire into provinces called Rashtras, each governed by trusted officials. Below them, districts and villages managed local affairs, with village assemblies handling resources, disputes, and taxes. This blend of central oversight and local autonomy created a resilient framework that kept the vast empire stable. The economy thrived on agriculture, rice, cotton, and cereals from the fertile Deccan, funded by a land tax that supported the army and grand projects like the Kailasa Temple. The state invested in irrigation, boosting productivity and food security. Trade flourished, with ports on both coasts connecting India to the Arab world and Southeast Asia. Rashtrakuta coins, gold suvarnas and silver dramas, fueled vibrant commerce. This prosperity powered their military and cultural achievements. The Rashtrakutas built not just an empire, but a thriving, interconnected society. Their administration and economy were models of efficiency and innovation. The Rashtrakuta era was a golden age for art, architecture, and literature. Their legacy shines in the rock-cut temples at Ellora and Elephanta, especially the awe-inspiring Kailasa Temple and the Trimurti Sadashiva sculpture. They fostered a multilingual culture, patronizing both Sanskrit and Kannada, elevating the latter to a literary language. Amoghavarsha's Kavirajamarga and works by scholars like Mahaviracharya and Pampa flourished under their rule. Inscriptions in both languages reflect their inclusive policies. The Rashtrakutas were also champions of religious pluralism, supporting Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism alike. Their patronage created an atmosphere of peaceful coexistence and intellectual exchange. Art, philosophy, and faith thrived side by side, leaving a legacy of harmony and creativity. For a century, the Rashtrakutas were locked in the Tripartite Struggle, a fierce contest with the Gurjara Pratiharas and Palas for control of Kannauj. Kannauj symbolized imperial power and the rich Gangetic plains. The Rashtrakutas, led by Dhruva Dharavarsha and Govinda III, launched daring campaigns, briefly seizing the city and proving Deccan power could reach the north. Yet, their hold was always temporary. Distance and logistics forced them to withdraw, allowing rivals to reclaim Kannauj. This cycle of conquest and retreat drained all three empires. The struggle exhausted resources and weakened the Rashtrakutas over time. Despite their military brilliance, they could not permanently control northern India. The Tripartite Struggle shaped the political landscape of 9th century India. It was a testament to ambition and the limits of imperial reach. Like all great empires, the Rashtrakutas eventually declined. Constant warfare and a sprawling territory strained their resources and unity. As central authority weakened, powerful governors asserted independence, and internal conflicts fractured the dynasty. Succession disputes and ambitious feudatories further destabilized the empire. In 973 CE, Tailapa II, a former vassal, overthrew the last Rashtrakuta king and restored Chalukyan rule. The fall was gradual, a story of overreach, internal strife, and rising new powers. After dominating the Deccan for over 2 centuries, the Rashtrakutas faded, leaving a power vacuum and a changed political landscape. Their era had ended, but their legacy endured. Though the Rashtrakuta Empire fell, its legacy echoes through India's art, culture, and history. The Kailasa Temple and Elephanta sculptures remain unmatched, inspiring later dynasties and setting new standards for architecture. Their patronage of Kannada literature, especially the Kavirajamarga, established it as a major literary language. Their model of religious tolerance, visible at Ellora, where Hindu sanctuaries, Jain sanctuaries, and Buddhist sanctuaries stand side by side, became an enduring ideal. Today, Ellora and Elephanta are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, drawing visitors and scholars worldwide. These monuments are classrooms of history, art, and engineering. Preserving them is vital, for they are reminders of a forgotten empire's greatness. The Rashtrakuta story is one of ambition, genius, and inspiration. Let's celebrate and protect their legacy for future generations. Remember the empire that carved a mountain into a masterpiece. For more incredible stories, subscribe to Crazy Color Facts and join us on a journey through history.